Do you want to make 250 to 350 gold per hour without using the auction house? Well, this is something you can do right now, and it's only going to get faster when we get to level 80, so hit the subscribe button and let's get to the action. So the way this works that I know of so far is I know you can do this with a Ret Paladin. I know you can do it with a Blood Death Knight. I haven't tried it on my Unholy DK yet. I chose to do this on my Paladin because I actually find it easier to do it on my Paladin rather than my DK. And I'm 99% sure warriors can do this too, as long as they have the food or whatever the new food is that you can buy from a vendor. So there's a few parts of this that I want to do, almost like an index. So that's the classes that you can do with this. You do get a load of netherweave cloth here, and with all that, you can just turn it into heavy netherweave band-aids, and stacks of the band-aids themselves sell for like 6 gold each. So it's an insane way to make even more money if you have first aid. If you don't, you can sell it on the auction house or you can vendor it. All of the stuff that we're doing here, like all the gold that I'm talking about, making 250 to 350 gold per hour, is not based on using the auction house, and it's not based on anybody else. It is literally just between you and vendors, and that's it. There's a few possible blues you can get. I think you can get the Untamed Blade or the Unquenched Blade. I don't remember what it was called, but it's that blue sword that everybody was using for the Blood Furnace solo videos on their Death Knights. That shit cost like 700 gold when I was gonna go do it, so I just went and got the Grand Marshal sword instead. It took like 2 hours to farm that on my DK at like level 61. Just did a bunch of Altered Valleys to do that. But you do have the possibility to drop some blues while you're doing this. What I'm gonna do at the end of this is I'm gonna go over what each one of the mobs does, just so you have an idea, because you can still very easily die here, whether you're a Ret Paladin or a Blood DK. You can still die super easily. So I'll have that in here right at the end, but I'm gonna do a timed run start to finish, and that's gonna be me going through here, getting everything, so I'm not gonna leave any body unlooted. I'm gonna go as quickly as I can. It should be about 15 to 17 minutes for the total run time, but I'm also gonna include the time it takes me to go to the vendor and sell everything from the single run. With the bigger bags, I can do 2 runs before I have to go to a vendor, but I don't wanna factor that in here to make it more realistic if you have 14 slots or you have 16 slots. So let's do the run and I'll see you guys at the end of it. So I just got back to town. I just sold everything. What I had made in coin was about 28 gold. I forgot to hit the goddamn record button, so that's on me. Based on the time here, you can use this. I'm gonna put it up over there somewhere in the screen where it's gonna show like how much time it actually took me to get done with the whole run. I believe it was about 17 or 18 minutes, which isn't bad. 77 gold in total is what we've made from this in about 17 or 18 minutes, and that is without turning all of these into band-aids. So if I turn all this into band-aid, that's 3, 6, 9, 12 plus like what, 1.5? So that's another 13.5 on top of this. That puts us at 90 gold that we just made in about 17 minutes. So, or 17 or 18, whatever it says up there. So 90 gold in 18 minutes. You can get up to, based on that, that's like pretty damn close to 300 gold an hour. I'll have the actual calculation for that because I might be actually pretty far off of this. Might be kind of a nerd here. But once I get off stream in a little bit, I'm going to put together the part where we talk about what each one of the mobs does. So if you want to see that, it's coming soon. And by soon, I mean now. This part isn't too difficult, so I'm going to go through it pretty quickly. These Laughing Skull Enforcers have a 2-second stun. It can get pretty annoying, but it's not that bad. The Shadow Moon Adepts here, they just run away once they get low health, and that can pose a problem if you're trying to limit how much you're pulling. The Imps near these have huge fireball damage, so I would say target them first. The rogues that you'll find throughout have a kidney shot and a huge poison dot that'll stack. The Shadow Moon Summoners have big fireball damage and they'll slowly summon extra adds, so I'd recommend taking them down first. The Shadow Moon Legionnaires enrage once they get down to half health, so I'd recommend taking them down last. The Shadow Moon Warlocks, who you'd think would be the ones that are summoning things, just use Shadow Bolt and Corruption. The Shadow Moon Technicians have a medium damage dynamite, a massive damage mine that they lay, and a 5-second silence. These are extremely dangerous. The first boss here is kind of a joke. He doesn't really do anything besides knock you up. You can take him down without any issue on any of these classes. Then a Scent Fell Orc, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, has a 5-second stun that can be pretty nasty when paired with the 5-second silence, but they're pretty much made out of paper. The Neophyte Orcs here just die. The second boss sprays acid clouds and makes no-no circles on the ground. The Felguard Brutes knock you up. The Felguard Annihilators knock up and stun. These guys are super dangerous. Try not to pull all of them at the same time. And then the last boss, he uses Corruption, and then he has an immune bomb similar to Doan from Scarlet Monastery Library. And that should be all you need. Do me a favor, and if you enjoyed this video, then like it and drop your favorite emoji in the comments down below. I've recently been streaming almost every day on Twitch, so if you're looking for some live interaction and entertainment, then make sure you follow from the link in the description. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Happy grinding, my friends, and I'll see you next week.